gonna go. What I was originally gonna do was like I was gonna go home, but like I said, I had to stop over here real quick, and I was like, you know what? Let me just go. I'll take my usual stroll that I usually do. So that was a good time. The only thing is, I'm wondering if I could change my stupid little thing and put it up here because I'm like looking at it down, and it's weirding me out right now. Because you're like probably getting you're getting a down view instead of at least if I could put it up here, but I'm not even gonna mess around with it.
Yeah, it's a weird
I thought
one.
it's like Facebook and you can just like touch the screen and it'll like slide up, but it's not doing it. I don't know.
There's a way to just hook it up into what is it? YouTube. You could just do a live stream, but you have to set the live stream up. I don't know. But I got
yeah.
I got the software recording it and everything. But
yeah, I was gonna say good. Make sure you got your stuff on ready, all ready to go.
No, it is. It's recording. It's got the system recording and audio recording,
Cool.
all that.
So yeah, my man, how you been then?
I've been.
What have you been going through?
I've been all right, other than an upper respiratory infection, and before that, tonsillitis. That wasn't too fun.
Like, what do you mean? Like lungs? You mean?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, my lungs. I had like a cough and sinuses. Just
lungs wise or what?
Huh?
Like you mean lungs wise or what?
Yeah. Lungs and sinuses.
Oh. Dang. Maybe smoking? What's it got to do with though?
It's just I'm susceptible to bacteria infection because when I was young I had mono and it ruined my tonsils, and so my tonsils have all these dips and rivets and craters in them, and so like I just get bacteria stuck in them and it just tears me apart.
Damn.
So I've been wanting to work on like a video series on like what are things that we could do to stop these groups that are forming, because now in response to Antifa and BLM we have these white supremacists showing up.
Yeah, now we got exactly now they formed a rival for them so they could all be fucking fighting this shit now.
And you're on the East Coast, right? So
right, like over here, it's not. I haven't noticed nothing like that. I haven't gone to New Haven, which is where Yale's at. So I'm not sure like what's going on over there in the campus, but I doubt. I haven't heard on the news, so I'm pretty sure there's like nothing going on over here.
That's good though. But
goes to show, I guess.
But they've been Antifa.
Yeah, well, the thing is, don't forget over here you got Yale. You got Yale over here, so I don't even think they want any kind of problems around over here. That's probably why, I don't know.
Around Yale.
But yeah, because obviously, you got the Yale, all that shit, Skull and Bones, all that crap. I kind of figure this place is like a big stone for them that they need to have around. So I don't know.
Well, it is a very leftist school, isn't it? I mean, like, I'm a left leaner. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I mean, it is kind of a left leaning school, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I've seen a few. Who the hell was over? You remember that chick from Roseanne? I remember seeing her. I met her a few times. Everybody was like all around her and shit. But then, she just became like a regular person, and everybody just didn't even care no more if they saw her. But that was, that was a while ago. I want to say late 90s.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. Like, I don't even know when the last time Roseanne was even on air.
Yeah, exactly. Roseanne was like, that was definitely 90s, I want to say, dude. But, once she came down here, everybody was like, oh my God, she's over here, blah, 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 go to school. But
But
yeah, dude.
I do have news is that there is a Republican anti-SJW YouTuber named Tree of Logic. She actually proposed this idea on stopping Antifa. She talked about how there was a petition that was going around, and there is a petition going around to declare Antifa, I believe, as federally as a domestic terrorist organization. But she talked about how they tried to do that with Black Lives Matter, and it failed. And well, it did. And so she was talking about these laws in certain states where I guess there's like a law against wearing a mask, and the people that are running these states that are letting Antifa run amok, they're not enforcing the law when they're supposed to be. So she was talking about like talking to the correct person and the correct city officials and recording the conversations and recording it, putting it up online, and after that, holding free speech rallies, because they attack free speech rallies too. And if the elected official does not withhold the law, then they're looking at like lawsuits, huge backlash, and even impeachment.
Wow.
So I would say that looking at her video is great. For some reason, she really hates Democrats, and I really wish she didn't hate Democrats so much. It's like I know that it's like, I'm a liberal and you're a Republican and you don't like liberals, but I mean you like hate on them a lot, and it's I think that they need like an alternative name for these left wingers that are coming up.
Like I was telling you before on another time, those other times, it's just they want to herd everybody into some kind of a box. It's like, hey, you pick this side, you pick that side.
Yeah, fuck individualism.
If people would just understand that part. Yeah, if they would just understand that part and be like, well, I'm not going to choose neither, and let these idiots just fucking go at it or whatever. It's something that's like it's not gonna have a good ending. I know that's a definite.
Well, and
by the way things are looking now.
You were right about Obama. You said that you thought he was going to make an appearance. Well, he started tweeting things out, and like...
Oh, dude, I told you, dude. That dude's shadow is a fucking huge one on Trump, man. I'm telling you, that dude's not going nowhere. That dude is going to linger with fucking Trump. And so, like I said, I don't know, a lot of people are like, oh, his assassination, well, he's not going to make it to term. Whatever the case may be, whatever, but... Obama's definitely coming back, man. I've been sticking to that for a while now, and I'm just gonna keep sticking to it. He's gonna come back. I don't know how. Like I said, if he gets impeached, obviously he's gonna come back.
Well, but I thought it was funny. Like,
I guess we'll see.
I guess Obama tweeted something out about some policy that should have been done, and then Donald Trump reacted in a really unprofessional way. I don't remember what the exact tweet was, but it was...
see, there you go. That's for everybody to be into the little Twitter wars or whatever the hell you want to call them. They're over there back and forth like little fucking kids and shit on Twitter. It's like, come on now, man. Shit.
I'm guilty of it.
Oh my. Yeah, and I never went with that. Facebook. The only thing, and that's because of my daughter, but she doesn't even go on there no more, so I hardly ever go on there anymore. And I never had any other social media, so I don't plan on to. I don't want to get into that stuff.
I really think it's important, though, to bring attention to what Antifa really is, though. And as hard as it is to say, Black Lives Matter, a lot of people do not like it when you criticize Black Lives Matter, but they're recruiting crypt members. Did you know this?
Well, like I said, you got to remember, it's of course they're gonna be doing stupid shit like that, and then same with the opposing side. It's all a big divide and conquer, man. That's what it is, divide and conquer. It's like They want everybody to
and then,
get into a box and then just fight it out.
and it's really weird being a liberal like myself talking about like, no, equality, like egalitarianism, humanitarianism. We shouldn't divide people into these categories by race. It's a stupid idea. And so
Right.
then I criticize Antifa and I criticize the white supremacists and I criticize Black Lives Matter, and then they're like, "Oh, you must be a
Yeah,
conservative." And I'm like,
and obviously
"What?"
you've seen the nice little fucking the charger that slammed into everybody, right? I'm sure you saw that.
No, I don't. I haven't heard about this.
That was the beginning of all this. Remember that little protest they had, and then that dude
Oh,
came driving down.
yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. When the girl got hit by the car. Well, that was all
Yes,
fucked
yes.
up. But
You know that, like I said, everybody was like kind of saying false flag hoax. You know, I go with something like that, but the thing is, they're getting better with these things now because obviously people got run over for real. There's no question and doubt now. That's not like no
well, to
no
be
kind of
there's
you know
there's an element though that I didn't take in because I don't watch mainstream media. I don't have cable. I don't watch it at all.
same here, dude. I watch alternative stuff.
But
A
but
lot of YouTube.
I've noticed that people who watch mainstream media seem to be really, really influenced by like what CNN tells them and what Fox
Exactly,
tells them.
of course. Don't forget that's the CNN is the big thing for them.
So,
CNN is not going nowhere anytime soon.
so if
Even though people are starting to get savvy to what CNN is, bunch of fake news shit, but
well, Fox is just as
more the
fake.
masses still like them though.
It's all fake. I mean, they are biased. If you want the right side bias,
Oh yeah,
you go to Fox. If you want the left side bias, you go to CNN.
definitely, dude.
And they
That's why you gotta, I would stay with alternative stuff, even though some of that stuff's they're getting it from like CNN, but at least they
analyze it.
comment over it, telling you exactly what's going on. At least they're not just like letting it play and letting you listen to whatever CNN tells you instead.
Well, and that's the thing is that CNN is telling people that, like these groups, like, well, you have the left side saying CNN and BLM are these amazing people that are doing amazing things. And
Right.
I don't know that the right side media is defending the alt-right, but they are defending like the statues and everything. And honestly, I don't give a shit about the statues. It's like I don't care one way or another. It's an inanimate object. I mean, I kind of feel bad for people
Right.
who relish history because that might have some historical relevance to them, whether it's negative or positive.
Exactly.
But to me,
You
it's
know,
like a statue.
and then the statues. Now that you're saying the statue, now they're trying to remove all the statues from all over the place. They're like, oh, we better take this one down before they decide to come over here and start protesting or taking this one down. Look, that's just like I said, all the money for even though they have the money, but it's a big game joke, man. I'm telling you, it's like so funny. I laugh at this kind of stuff now. It's
Well,
like,
it's just mind blowing to me that people have even gone down this path. I mean, I thought we were doing really good as a society with, diversity and everything.
nah, man. I told you, I get where your heart's at, my man, but this society, that's it, dude. It's downhill from here.
It's
And then with
downhill
the
from here,
war,
huh?
yeah, dude. I'm sorry, it's downhill. Look at with the war now. I believe they shot a missile. Japan did, I believe.
Really?
That's like the new thing. Yeah, it's either Japan or we did, and we shot it. We already shot missiles already, and it's that's why I said it's just downhill. But just to focus on another thing with this little war thing. I don't know if you heard with the 5G push now. Everything jumping on 5G now. Have you Have you seen that or heard anything?
Are you talking about like internet? Like instead of 4G,
Yes,
5G?
exactly. This is like the big thing now, and that's why I say downhill, because they're not even testing it. That Tom Wheeler dude from FCC, he just like comes out, does his little speech, and he's like, oh well, we're gonna be pushing this out. We're not testing it. We don't care what it does. We're just gonna go ahead and push it out and make everything faster for you guys because that's what you want.
Well, wasn't 4G like that too? Wasn't 4G just kind of a joke, like a knockoff of 3G? It's all
Well,
the same.
like I said, obviously it started. I think it started with 2G. Then 3. Obviously, it kept going up and up. But the 5G now, it's running on different waves, dude. It's running on frequencies that you wouldn't even imagine, man. Like I said, just take a little time and then just kind of check out Tom Wheeler first, so you can hear his little rant, his little speech on this 5G thing, and then just kind of do your own, like look around. Yeah, it's basically running off like radiation waves now, and we know what radiation does. So eventually, it's just going to get worse for everybody.
Crazy.
A lot of yeah, a lot of you're going to have a lot more cases of people complaining, oh well, hey, I developed a tumor out of nowhere. Or I'm experiencing this now all of a sudden. Yeah, it's not good.
Well, yeah, I was watching a news review from Britain, and the interviewer, the news interviewer, the news guy from Britain, he actually called what was happening here in the United States a collapse of our government.
There you go. I would totally agree with that. And then, like I said, it's a collapse of everything. Not just even government. It's just with society, like I said, itself.
Well, and what's really weird is I was doing some research into I just out of curiosity I asked Google. I was like, "Hey Google, is communism taking over the United States?"
Oh God!
And it pulls up this article that was written in multiple articles that were written like years ago. And then one of them, there was this.
Thank you.
There was this.
That's. I'm glad you're saying years ago, because that's exactly what people need to realize, that all this stuff's been published, from a lot of different sources. But yeah, people, they're living their lives. They don't got time, and yeah, like exactly years ago. And I'm sure it was stating, what you're saying now, right?
Well, it said specifically in a 1960s, it was a list of how communism was going to take over Western civilization. And several things that were listed in there are things that have already been happening. One of the most predominant things I noticed about it is it said it was specifically going to target the Democratic Party because they try to appeal to minorities, and they were going to use that to try and pit the parties against each other to make the system crash.
Yeah, like I said, it's an attack on everything, man. Of course the article is going to quote a certain group because, like I said, that's what they want. They always got to point a finger to one of the sides. But in actuality, it's both. It's just both sides. It's just, they're both coming down. Republican, everything. It's like, it's just a big crash.
Well, and you see,
crash of everything.
You can see it in companies. There's certain companies that I've seen that are installing mics in the cameras, and they've started with their HR departments. They've started writing people up based on feelings, not fact. Not legitimate cases. I mean, it's like
exactly,
and it's like this is
and this kind of goes into the and this kind of goes into the AI chat bots. I'm sure you heard with the Facebook, right, when they had to shut down the algorithms there because they were talking to each other and shit. Dude, I'm just gonna say this to the point where they're gonna they're gonna watch. They're gonna just to get everybody accustomed to this kind of shit. They're gonna. I'm sure that some show, some little sitcom show or something, they're gonna start running like a cartoon or something, like a Simpsons, and it's just gonna be chat related with bots. Watch, it's gonna be actual like little AI bot. I don't know if you've heard them talking. You know, they actually, seriously, I took like maybe an hour of my fucking time, which, like I said, it's a waste. I wasted an hour, I want to say, and listened to two fucking AI fucking things going at it, and they're just kind of like watch this stuff. I'm sure you'll find something on YouTube. I was researching like AI stuff, and I saw it on like an article, and they actually had a video. And it was just two fucking like one of those Cortanas or Suris, whatever the fuck they are. And yeah, they're over there like having a conversation, dude. They're like, "Oh, hello. How old are you?" Yeah, they're like you're a AI system or something like that. And they're like, "No, I'm a 30-year-old female." And it's got like a dude's voice though. I was like, "What the fuck am I listening to?" And like I said, I took an hour just to see what's. And like I said, people find this all amusing. Like I said, all of it is just to get everybody used to the AI now, because that's like a big thing now.
Well, it makes me sad.
The AI isn't going nowhere.
It makes me sad to see that that the SJWs are basically. I mean, either way, like communism or fascism, either way, it's not going to be good. But it makes me sad to see that this form of dictatorship is. It seems like it's winning, but there is pushback. There are a lot of people that I've talked to on YouTube that are trying to band together to try and stop this. That's why they're trying to stop Antifa, because we don't want to live in communism. That's disgusting. Who wants to live in communism? Who wants to live under a dictatorship?
I'm telling you, dude, it's just gonna go. It's gonna go bad. Like with the war thing now. Something's gonna end up like another state is gonna go through this shit, and and of course I believe the police is now getting militarized. I don't know in how many states already, but
that's what it was. Obama made a comment about police shouldn't be able to have military weapons on Twitter, so Trump comes out and he gives them permission to have military weapons. That's what happened.
Well, there you go. There you go.
That was based off of a tweet from Obama.
Well, but see, this is like you got to remember they're playing both sides. So that was something maybe they were like scripted or something to be like, oh, okay, well, go ahead and say that, and I'll go ahead and fucking debunk your ass and be like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm telling you, it's like a stupid little playground shit with these guys, and then they're like, but yeah, okay, so if it was Trump, then see, there you go. Then did it say what states like already in play with this, or
I haven't
no?
looked deeply into it. I just there's a lot that has happened since I've been sick. Since I've been sick, all this other people have come out and said, yeah, we need to stop Antifa. We need to stop these communist movements. I don't know if you know this, in New York right now, they already have 31 protected gender pronouns. There's not 31 different genders.
I heard something like
but it's
I remember you telling me that last time too, about like different fucking names for them and shit, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, they have 31 protected genders in New York, and if you misgender somebody in New York City based off of these 31 different protected gender pronouns, you could face a fine of $250,000.
Wow.
And they're already
New York's a big another big, like I said, whatever's gonna happen again, whatever kind of a 9/11 event, but yeah, New York has to be like another victim to all this bullshit.
But you're talking about government mandated speech at that point. That is like authoritarianism. How is that not authoritarianism?
There you go, exactly. Which, like I said, this all revolves around the divide and conquer. They're gonna be like, hey, you guys don't like it, and start fucking eating each other up, start fucking fighting, just start doing something so we could keep on keep on trucking with our little agenda we got going. It's crazy stuff, man.
When
But
I
yeah, what I've been like,
when I was
go ahead.
when I was younger, I in my naivety, I was really hoping that one day we would see an end to war, and instead of like doing war, we would play video games with other countries to try and like duke it out.
Man, that would be like the perfect dream. Like, everybody just grab a controller and be like, yo, you pissed me off today, Iran. Let's go at it. Let's play this and see who wins.
Like
that would be so awesome, dude. But
like
yeah, unfortunately, no. These guys,
United States versus like whatever, playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly.
Duking it out that way.
Man, these guys actually like the realism, man. They need the realism. They're like, no, we're gonna do this shit for real, and I don't care who gets blown up or how many people end up,
well, and
being victims to all this shit.
I was also shocked that in New York, because I got curious about this too. I looked up legislation on man-spreading, and New York has it. New York has regulations on men sitting with their legs open.
What? Oh, yeah. Like in the subway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I heard about that. And then you got the people that are trying to fucking sit down. They're like, dude, can you like fucking make room and
they say
close
that
your fucking legs? That you don't need to be spreading open. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. People like pick the stupidest things to be like fucking trending on and stuff. Because that's just like one of them stupid trend shit. I don't know if it's going on still now, but yeah, I remember hearing that shit, dude. I was like, oh my god.
To me, again, it's just authoritarian laws. It's like, this isn't freedom and liberty. This is restriction of freedom and liberty. Like the absolute opposite.
Pretty much, dude. That's how it is now. I'm telling you, the military is going to be more. Like I only heard that. Yeah, definitely the military is now in play with the police now. I just don't know exactly what states are doing it already, but yeah, it's already happening. So obviously, it's moving up. Whatever they're trying to do, it's starting to get pushed a little more too. The military, the WalMarts. They say that's going to be the FEMA camps. If you flip it upside down, it's martial law. I don't know if you heard that one, but that makes a lot of sense to me. You know how it's spelled, right? One. Like WAL, and then Mart, and then if you add IAL and flip Mart around, it's martial law. Yeah.
That sounds like something that Anonymous or the what is it, the Truth Channel.
Well, I heard this a long time ago. I heard this a few years ago, actually. So I was like, I'm just amazed how they take play on words too. They'll. Walmart, like stupid shit like that, dude. It's just like, come on now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Making it kind of obvious a little bit too.
I don't know if I would go that. I don't think Walmart's would be like a FEMA camp or anything. I think that there's political upheaval between the people. I think you got a group of people that are really disparaged. That they've been living in lower economic class for so long. And this is the thing that I think that would be important for politicians to get back on track with, is that they were working on, the wage disparity, that, the economic crash that happened, and essentially we're still in it. I actually just to point out like how bad the economy is, because like Republican economists keep saying that it's good. I'll just point this out. I've seen somebody graduate from college with student debt of $500,000, so $500,000, and they're making $9 an hour. You know what the degree is in? IT. Man. Information technology.
That's
the most money you're going to make doing that is about $40,000 a year, at least in the area that I'm in. And when you owe like $500,000, how are you going to pay that off making $40,000 a year?
Exactly. And not just that. The funny thing is with the protests, half of them are them Soros fucking provocateurs. And like you're saying with the wage thing, the poor people, what are they going to do? They need to eat. They need money.
Well,
And
and
Soros pegs those kind of people to get. They're like, hey, well, come over here, do this, and there you go. You get some money.
well, they think
That's a big thing right there.
I think a lot of them think the answer to it is communism. And it's like if you were to actually read Karl Marx's work on communism and socialism, even Karl Marx says it doesn't work. He says the only way that you can make it work is if
Why would it exactly? And actually, now that we're like on this, you can look Hitler's little. I think it's the Big Lie. I believe it is. If you look at the guidelines on that from him, it basically is like a mirror to what's happening right now with shit, with all this protest shit.
There's so much parallels to World War II. It's unbelievable. You have fascists and communists fighting each other again. And in the streets of America, in the streets of the UK and Australia, Canada's got a really crazy bill being passed, or that passed, Bill C-16. I don't know if you heard of that.
Nah, what's that?
That's where if you misgender somebody, you go to jail.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's
well,
scary.
exactly.
That's totalitarianism.
Like I said, exactly. If you, but definitely, I was looking at that, and I came across that Hitler Big Lie thing, and yep, it's telling you right there that if you just like keep everybody and fighting without no rest, like let there be no time limit of a rest period, which is like you said, it's mirroring right now with history and shit.
It is,
and
it's I think that's why some of the like people like Black Lives Matter and the non-binary movement and Antifa, I think it's a group of people that have turned to communism because of the disparity in the classes, because the middle class just has shrunken so much and the lower class has gotten so big. Like I think actually the last time I looked it up, it was that the lower class made up the larger percentage of the population in the United States.
It's a big portion now, man. That's a big portion now.
It was like 56%. So when you have,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's more.
When you have people telling you though, well, you should try communism because that means sharing. There's no, like, everybody makes the same amount of money, but what they don't tell you about communism, it's like, yeah, that's right. Everybody does make the same amount of money. That means that whether you're working as a crew person at Taco Bell or a certified surgeon, they're both going to be making 50 cents an hour. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that it's dictated by the dictator.
Exactly. There you go.
And it's the same thing.
And don't forget, money is just like a made up thing. Money is just like their way of the control. They got everybody got to do something, got to work. But yeah, so I remember with the Eclipse thing. So you didn't get a chance to like see nothing over there, huh?
I didn't. The storm clouds came. Thunderfoot got a video out for it though. He recorded it. He has like
I gotta check it. I gotta stop that dude. What is it? Just how it sounds?
Yeah.
Just how it's spelled.
The OO in foot is spelled with two zeros, but you should
send me a quick link after this so I can I can check this dude out. See what kind of stuff he's got on.
Well, but
yeah, dude. Definitely no. Obviously, you said you got the cloudiness, and over here, it was good, and then it started getting that milky, cloudy, ugly, chemi shit. But and then it finally like broke out, and then the sun was out. I was taking some pictures. I'll send you the ones I took. It like I said, everybody getting all crazy about this, and it just jumps into a lot of like with the moon, it's like people don't know what's going on. From what I've like kind of looked, it's me, like my opinion. It's kind of like like they're like it's obviously it dimensions. You know, it goes into the quantum stuff. So I don't know. I'm thinking it's coming through a different dimension, and then you know, hitting, you know, obviously blocking the sun. But like I said, everybody can, you know, do whatever. But if you really start like looking into it, and
Well,
you know, it does get into that kind of stuff, though, dude.
Thunderfoot's got like a high-powered microscope where he can actually see solar flares with this thing. So
Oh, okay.
he was using
It
that
does-
when he recorded the eclipse. He's got like multiple angles from it from different parts of the United
Oh,
States.
so that's good. I gotta check that out then. Just because there's one floating around, one picture somebody took. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's, you know, it's like in basically almost totality. And then they got a plane shooting by with you know, quote unquote chemtrails. But you gotta admit, I don't know if you heard, NASA was trailing the eclipse. You know, and they were, you know, obviously they are into the chem stuff. You know, it's already been kind of said by them. So they're hiding something, dude. I'm telling you, they're hiding something with the moon. You know, they don't want people to be talking about that shit. They rather have them be talking about the war and all that bullshit now. That's nonstop. You know, they're like, okay, the eclipse passed. Let's just get it all and get it over with. I don't want to, you know, they don't want to hear no more about the eclipse. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, definitely like try finding that picture. Like maybe put a solar eclipse like plane going by. It's like a perfect shot, yo. It's like a perfect crispy picture, like right when it's totality of the you know, the moon passing by, and they got the plane, you know, throwing fucking smoke right behind them, right behind it. So hey, pictures don't lie, man. You know, you can't Photoshop that kind of shit. You know, that's like a picture. So.
I just figured out how I could change like which camera it's focused on.
Okay, well I can't see you no more now.
Now you can.
Nah, I just see. Oh yeah, now I can. But yeah, if you find that picture, like I said, you know, yeah, people Photoshop, but that's not Photoshop, dude. That's an actual plane going. You know, wouldn't doubt if that's like a NASA fucking. You know, like they claimed one of the jets are going to be trailing the fucking the thing. So. But yeah, that was the eclipse. That was the eclipse. So, what state are you in again? I forget. I keep like forgetting. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like nowhere near the trail at all, right?
No.
Like it wasn't exactly going down that. No, right? All right.
Well, no. I mean, you could barely see the eclipse with all the storm clouds that were going on. I mean, it rained all day. All day.
Oh, see, okay, then you got like that kind of. Like I said, for me, it was fine, you know, and then it just got ugly, murky, and then the sun broke out again. You know, that was that.
You could
and
see
not,
it for a short, brief period of time. A friend of my mom's, he took some kind of high-powered camera, and he was able to capture the eclipse through the clouds.
Well, the best camera that everybody's like using now for stuff is the P900. That's like the main primo to catch some awesome ass fucking footage with this fucking thing. You could like see the fucking craters, like, you know, like zoomed in, like mad close to the fucking moon. You know, they got nice pictures of some nice video with that camera. But yeah, it's an $800 camera though. If you're gonna spend the fucking money for that shit.
I think they've got even more.
I'm just glad people have it. Yeah, I'm just glad some people got it at least. You know, I like seeing, you know, this factual stuff from besides, you know, what they show us. I'd rather look at that kind of stuff than you know, whatever the fucking mainstream's showing. Oh, and this guy with the truck's gonna make noise. Hold on. Oh yeah, my audio's good though, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even ask.
Yeah, it is.
All right, beautiful.
Actually, the video quality is better. Like actually, when I click on my video, it looks kind of grainy, and yours is actually pretty good. It's pretty clear.
Beautiful. Well, Android phones, baby.
Yeah.
No fucking iPhone for me, man. Oh yeah, the new fucking iPhones next month. The 16th, I believe I saw today. I was actually skimming by and I fucking saw that shit. They're gonna be having their new little lineup of little toys, new little tech toys for everybody to play with. So, yeah, they're saying like a full, like kind of like what the Galaxy did with the full screen, like no edges and shit, like the screen. They're gonna do that, and the big push, of course, with the you know, the ID stuff, the face recognition, and God knows what else. You know, that was a definite that was gonna happen. But yeah, with the 5G, man, I'm telling you, it's some crazy stuff. Like that's what I've been mostly like kind of researching stuff on. I've been focusing more on that.
On the electronics.
It's crazy.
Stuff.
Like I said, radiation. Yeah, I've been kind of into getting into that a little more, and it's like I said, you know, without testing it, you know, they don't want to test it. You know, it's some crazy signals that, you know, don't belong next to our DNA, our bodies. You know, it's gonna little by little have effect on everybody, pretty much.
I'll listen
You
to
know.
I listen to what the scientists say. I trust them.
That's not good. I told you that. No, that's not good.
Well,
You gotta look.
I like seeing.
You gotta
the
look
evidence.
around, do more research, man.
We'll see what comes out about it. But right now, I'm really
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, definitely look into it, dude. Definitely look into the Tom Wheeler speech, and you know, tell me that's not sketchy. You know, and then like I said, just read up on 5G, dude. Exactly like what's involved, and I'm sure you're gonna be like, maybe there is something here.
I can give my opinion
and of course,
on that kind of stuff, but I'm not, you know, I'm not a engineer or a scientist that would be able to explain.
Right, exactly. And neither am I. Like I said, you know, I just like hitting the research. Obviously, whatever's being published about it, then, you know, those are the people that have done the studying on it. You know, but yeah, you know, different towers now, they're gonna be like blue poles and shit, which I think Australia already got them. So that's like another thing. You know, they're gonna totally look. They're not gonna be like regular cell towers no more.
That's something I definitely want to look into then.
Yeah, you know, just give it a look. You know, it's like I said, it's good to like just read about everything right about now. In these years now, it's best to just read up on everything, man. Whatever you come across on. You know, like I said, I've been more with this kind of stuff. That's why I've been kind of like more researching this kind of stuff.
I heard before anybody even blew a missile in the air that Kim Jong-un was already building cities underground, like schools, hospitals, stores, shit like that.
Yeah.
So
I believe, like the Asians been doing that. And then obviously over here, you know, they have the underground tunnels. What the hell is it? DARPA, I think it's called.
I know they got a whole bunch of them in Colorado. Like Colorado is almost pretty much built on springs.
Right, exactly, dude. Like I said, I believe it's DARPA. It gets into that with the deep underground, or DERPA, or so, I don't know, something like that. But it's basically, you know, they got tunnels and shit. You know, what the hell are they building cities down there for? You know, what are they getting ready for?
Well, somebody brought something to my attention that was a pretty good point to make. You know, when we first dropped the very first atomic bomb, nobody knew that we had that. It was a secret. Nobody knew we had it. So
Of course, the Manhattan Project. Yeah, the Manhattan kind of project thingy.
So that's technically old technology now. Can you imagine what technology they have in the military that we don't know about?
Well, like I said, if once you start getting into the 5G, you're gonna see that the military already been using it there, and yeah, you know, they like the military now. What they're focusing on now more is drones, man. You know, even though they want to send people, obviously, you know, it's inevitable. You got to have people, but they're like trying to do more drones, like less you know, humans. You know, they're using them drones like crazy right now. Well, you know, and their aim is pretty dead on. You know, if you've looked at some kind of little drone footages they leak out there, yeah, yo, those things are not to be messed with. They're not toys.
Well, I do know that the development of the GPS accuracies has been due to military development.
Yep. Exactly.
That's what my dad does. Like my dad, he works designing circuit boards for GPS units that go into naval like planes and stuff like that. And so the reason why they've been perfecting like their accuracy on GPS is because the military wants it.
Dude, I talked to my buddy at YouTube too for a bit, like maybe a month ago, and he's like, you know, that he can't tell me much no more now, but you know, he just did tell me with how, you know, obviously last time when we were mentioning with the fucking, you know, the selling. Boycott. Obviously, Google bought it. You know, we were saying it was Time Warner. They come to find out it's Google. You know, but either way, yeah, you know, he was dead on with that. He was like, "Yep, that's it, dude. It's gonna be owned by a corporation." You know, but yeah, he just kind of mentioned, you know, more censorship. They're like the code for the algorithms, man. They're making them like uber fucking just sensitive now. That's the point. If you're putting up fucking videos, the only like I said, he did say, hey, you know, if you want to put stuff out, then just word it some totally different thing than what the video is, and you know, hopefully your subs will go ahead and look anyways because they know what kind of a channel you are. And that's like the only way you might get it.
That's what I've been trying to do, but it's really hard to get added subs.
I know, man. I know.
Because you know,
you know what? Go ahead.
When people are typing into the search bar what it is that they're looking for, and they come across, you know, a video that's titled something that has nothing to do with what they're searking for, they don't pay any attention to.
Oh, yeah, and he did mention, yeah, he's like, definitely, if you're talking about shit like that, you're gonna get buried, dude. It's gonna get buried somewhere where, you know, people are gonna have to word it exactly the way you wrote it, or else it's not even gonna get fucking looked at. You know, it's gonna get buried. It's not gonna get no ads, no revenue. It's, you know, which some channels don't give a shit. You know, they just want to put it out there. So, but even though
that's the way it is,
you know,
for me,
they don't want to.
I realize I'm not going to make money doing this, but to me, it's about getting like ideas out and putting.
Yeah, exactly. You know, competing. And that's that's the way I do too, man. I just want to stay under the radar. You know, I just put it with the fucking music. You know, the gaming. Fuck that shit. I don't want to. Well, I don't know what happened, but my newest one. I don't know if you saw my newer one. It was out for a while, you know, since I put it out, and then all of a sudden now somebody told me, they're like, oh, it's not available, and I go to check and I never even got no fucking email from them saying, oh, well, you did this or whatever. But when I hit the video itself, it just says due to SME copyright, whatever the fuck, which I thought, those songs were good to go. That's the, like, I'll definitely look into it, see if everything's good to go before I even use a song that I want to use. But I want to say it might have been the Pink Floyd one. Well, I don't know what's good. I see it everywhere else, so I don't know why they fucking took it down, dude. Now I gotta revamp it, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that one, but I don't know.
There was a YouTuber that I saw. He titled a video before, after, and he titled it something to do with like social politics type stuff. And then he wanted to do an experiment with what YouTube and Google were doing to the content creators. So what he did is he goes, okay, now before I show you this video, he took you into his dashboard, and he showed you that the video had been completely demonetized because it was seen as inappropriate or it was not.
Yeah, that's what they'll say,
Well, he played the video, and it was a video of him sitting in front of the camera going blah 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 blah.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah, and they demonetized that. They said it was not advertiser friendly, and he was like, see, YouTube is blacklisting people.
Yeah, exactly. They don't like the material. Like, that's what I said the last time. If you don't play ball, it's a big F you and fuck you. You're not gonna get nothing out of it, and it's not gonna get seen much.
Well, it seems like they've been predominantly targeting right-wing people.
Everything, dude. Truthers, right wing. Like I said, if it's got anything to do with what's being related right now, you're like somebody. I believe that on the Eclipse, it was something on the Eclipse that they were like, oh, it got fucking taken down. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on with that? Like shit. But yeah, that's why he was able to tell me, dude. He was like, I think that last time I said enough. I was right. Which, like I said, it's his job. I'm not gonna force him to. But I just told him, I was like, look, man, whatever. At least you could tell me that I might be able to at least fucking at least say it, so people can at least be like, hey, well, I heard this somewhere. That's all I told him. I was like, hey, you'll be doing a big service, so. But
well, I think a lot of
he just said, try to avoid.
A lot of people are trying to figure out what's going on. They just want the truth, just the truth.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, why all the bullshit? It's just, but that's how it is. It's like they don't want the panic. I think that's what it is, the panic. If they just start coming out with stuff. It's kind of like a trickle thing. They're like, okay, well, we'll just put it out like this way. If people get it, they get it. If they don't, too bad for them. We warned them, whatever. But
well, some people have been trying to go.
Yeah, you gotta use different words.
Some people have been going over to VidMe thinking that it's going to be any different, and just looking at the trend of society, it's like. You have all this dictatorship going on. You have all this fascism, all this communism, all this basically stuff that has nothing.
And I heard actually Patreon. I heard a few people at Patreon are already having problems too with some of the videos that they thought that YouTube won't play. All of a sudden, Patreon's doing the same thing.
Oh yeah, they're doing it too.
Everybody was like, "Oh, Patreon."
PayPal.
I always once I first saw YouTube, which we discussed about that as well. I think we established it was like, what was it in 2005? I think we said it came out.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, well, I heard it obviously not in that year, but I know it was like very early when YouTube was first starting, and when I first started watching, I was like, what the hell? I was like, look at this. It's like people just, doing what they want, which is awesome. That's how it should be. Nobody telling you, oh, well,
like
you're not going to make more money. Yeah. It's like, holy shit, and I never wanted, I had the account, but I never put out no content. I was just like watching stuff all that time, and yeah, you know, it's just it's so fucked up how you know, since then till now, and this is what YouTube's become now. Just another fucking corporation that they, you know, that they let them buy off, and here we are now.
So it sounds like to me what they're essentially trying to do is they're trying to push these independent content creators off so they can make way for commercial.
Exactly, dude. Because look at I believe that all this this gender shit. You know, if you go looking what's trending, that's what's trending. It's like they're fine with you know, they're like they want to teach little kids about sex and shit, but yeah, you want to talk about fucking a protest about the war, you know, something that's a worthy cause. They're like, oh no, we don't want to hear that, but we'll definitely hear about you know, having your kid fucking exposed to sex any day.
Why are they?
You know, that's the mentality that.
Why are they okay with that? I mean, that's really fucked up.
Thank you. Exactly, dude. That's why you gotta think. You know, it's a bigger agenda, man. These guys are in that fucked up road, and it's like, holy shit.
Somebody.
Yeah, I looked at what's trending, and yeah, you know, it's like the what is it? Queer kids, whatever the fuck.
Queer kids stuff. I hate that fucking channel. I hate it.
Dude, holy! I'm telling you, man. It's like. That is what's trending, and it's like, and you know how kids are now. The parents are like, "Oh yeah, here's your little tablet. Go do whatever, you know. Just leave me alone so I can go post my selfies and do other shit." And then you know the kid's gonna eventually run into this shit. I'm telling you.
Well, it's one thing.
You know, and they're like, "Oh wow."
It's one thing to teach kids about tolerance and acceptance. It's another thing entirely to start trying to explain to them and talking to them about sexuality.
And then don't forget at that age, like I'm talking about fucking like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I think.
Yeah, or even less than that. Exactly.
That's
exactly.
That's crazy. Like you don't even teach heterosexual kids about the birds and the bees when they're fucking 4.
Dude, like I said, with my 6-year-old girl, dude, I'm not even mentioning nothing like that. And I've told the mom, I'm like, look, I hope you're not gonna fucking. You know, she's like, oh, I guess not. Like I said, me and her don't got good communication, but, you know, when I was with her, I know she had some kind of fucking character, morals. So I hope, you know, I talk to my kids all the time, you know, FaceTime and all that shit, but I'm not planning anytime soon to be talking about that kind of shit with her.
Well, a lot of that.
And I don't want her to be looking at that shit either, you know?
A lot of that type of stuff is like if your kid even sees it, you just say, you'll learn about it when you're older.
I know, but the thing is, it's already in their head, you know, whatever they saw. Because seriously, if you look at that queer shit, that queer kid, whatever the fuck that show is,
queer kid.
If a little kid, like you said, a 4-year-old, yeah, you know, if a 4-year-old sees that, dude, come on now, you might tell them, oh, don't worry about that or whatever. It's gonna be lodged in their head, man. You know, it's just gonna be. They're gonna always wonder. They're gonna be like, you know what. What's up with that? Or oh, wow, you know, maybe I'm transgender, or maybe I'm supposed to, you know, whether I'm a boy or a girl, I'm supposed to be the opposite.
And they're too young to make that kind of decision at that age. Of
course. Like I said, to me, you know, this is just my opinion. Like I said, every parent, whatever, do whatever the fuck you want. But to me, it's like, hey, I feel like maybe 14 to be like introducing like that kind of a subject to a kid, a teen, whatever, you know. I see no business telling like I said, a 4-year-old to that age about stuff like that.
We've already seen problems with it, like over in, I think it's Australia, they've got, or is it Canada, one of the two, they've got a 4-year-old that's on hormone blockers and HRT, hormone replacement therapy. It's like that there are
Canada, that's right. These guys, that's right. They have that law that if you intervene with your fucking kids deciding what gender they want to be.
Oh, your kids can get
that
taken
you're gonna
away
get
from
you're
you.
gonna get
That's right.
fucked.
That's right. I heard
Exactly,
about
my
that.
man. Exactly, dude.
It's like you
Exactly.
can't tell
Canada's got some fucked up shit, yo.
you can't tell your
Yeah.
6-year-old like you are too young for that. If you still feel that way when you're
Thank
17,
you.
then
Thank
we'll
you.
look into it. But 6, you're just too young.
Just fucking imagine that shit. Just imagine. Just get the concept. Like wrap your head around that kind of stupid mentality. These people are like saying. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna let your fucking 4-year-old, 6-year-old tell you what to do. Okay, we're gonna tell them that if they want to be this, then you're gonna go ahead and fucking go along with it, or we're gonna take them away. You know that? Oh my god, that is just like.
That's not
I'm telling you, that's some
tolerance
deep
and
fucked up shit.
acceptance. That's not tolerance and acceptance. That's crazy.
Exactly, dude. You know that agenda, like I said, that and the with the 5G shit, you know, the AI, that's I'm telling you, that's their last two little things they need to push on everybody. And then like if you really look at it, like within these three, like you would say within these three couple of years, that it's been a big push on these two things. You know, if you really recall, if you kind of think about it, you know, you're like, wow, you know, I remember a couple of years ago it wasn't that bad, you know, which it wasn't, you know, but now it's like just there everywhere you turn, everywhere you watch a channel, whatever. If you're into TV, that's all it is, man. Blown right in your face.
Well, I'm seeing, like, I don't know if you've seen this, but like South Park season 21 got cut short.
Of course. But let's not forget the cartoons. Of course. You know, that's the big.
They took
That's a big platform for them. That's a big platform.
They took American Dad off of Netflix.
Oh, well, I'm sure it'll come back. Don't worry. They always switch around. What did they put instead of that? I'm sure they added another one though.
No, they
probably
just,
Simpsons or some shit.
No, they put a bunch of like SJW horse shit up.
Oh, yo, I seriously need to tell my fucking ex, because I think she has Netflix, man. And like I said, my kids, you know, like I said, she's good and everything, but I just don't know, like, you know, with no communication with her, I don't know where she stands on stuff, and I just hope, you know, she's definitely watching them.
None of it looked like it was trying to indoctrinate children. It was just really, really like like ultra politically correct stuff. Like,
well, that is indoctrination, man. Even if it's politically, to them, it's like still an introduction. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
It's still there.
Yeah, that they're teaching them that political correctness is the way of the world, and it's like.
Exactly.
No,
and then of course they're going to push in that little part. They're going to push in that little part of gender stuff. They're going to be like, oh well, you know, you're supposed to be good to everybody, or even if they're like this, you know, it's still that little hint there, that little seed they're putting in their head, you know, and like I said, that's where the individuality comes in of everybody, and even kids, you know, if they kind of grasp into it and then latch onto that kind of shit, that's it. They're done.
And they start thinking that they can go through life without ever being offended because that's a right. And it's like, you want to live in a democracy,
exactly.
And you never want to be offended. But that's just idiotic.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Which people, like I said, that's what they can't grasp. They're like, look, do what you want. It is your life. It is your choice. But the thing is, why would you want to expose it to kids, which, you know, they don't got nothing to do with it? You know, you got your choice, your own choice, but don't push it up to other fucking people, and don't, especially the kids, because they got nothing to do with this kind of shit.
I don't want that to happen. I don't want to live in a PC universe. That sounds incredibly boring.
Whatever you want to call it, like I said, to me, it's just like, hey, you know, do what you want. But the thing is, once you start letting it leak and putting it on mainstream so fucking kids can happen to run into it.
You mean when
that's where I get very, that's where I get very irate on shit.
You mean when they start,
and like I said, that's because I have kids.
People, when they start saying, if you think differently than me, then you're wrong.
Pretty much, dude. It's like, if you're, because the thing is that, obviously you've heard with the, that's right, let's not forget the fucking camp they did for the little transgender kids in California not too long ago. That's right, I forgot about that. See, there you go. It's already like there, it's like physically they got little camps instead of like we used to go like in the summer to the regular camps, everybody goes and chill. Now they're gonna teach your kids to be like, oh well, hey, after the campfire we're gonna go and ask you guys if you're a boy or a girl and and what do you want to be. It's like, oh my god.
Do you know how many upset kids there are? How many upset 20-year-olds there's going to be in in about 10
exactly
10
thank you
15 20 years?
Because the thing is,
because they go through this HRT, they go through the hormone replacement therapy, they go through the sex change stuff, they do the hormone blockers, then they hit puberty and they get to their 20s and they go, what the fuck did I do? And they realize none of it's erasable.
Exactly.
They're going to be
because maybe
pissed.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And then that's when you're going to get your little Columbines happening more, which it already is. But it's just going to, like I said, it's downhill. I'm sorry, man, but it's downhill. It's downhill, dude. What you got to do now is, seriously, if you got kids, teach them right, do what you got to do. And obviously, hey, you're doing what you're doing. But just definitely, don't be pushing the subject on and be like, oh well.
I have never ever.
Well, I know you don't. I know you don't. I know you don't.
I'm just saying. Channel for children. I've never proclaimed that.
Thank you. Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I know you would never do that, dude. I know that. But that's basically where we're at right now. People need to just kind of put your foot down and seriously, if you're a parent, you gotta seriously be like, hey, you know what? I'll give my child a choice, but wait until they're, like I said, old enough to realize stuff like that. Right. Not when they're fucking 4 or whatever, up to, like I said, in my opinion, I would say like 12 to be like, discussing this kind of stuff. Because, we talked about this and we, when we were small, we learned from fucking, like we were saying, like HBO and shit like that, other friends, innocent stuff, which, like I said, I wouldn't even mind that. Like if my kids were
figuring it out,
going to school or whatever, and then, maybe they came across of it, depending on what age, whatever. But yeah.
Because it does. It comes naturally. You don't have to learn it. It comes naturally. Eventually, you figure it out.
But but with their agenda, that's not how they want it. They want to be the ones to be like, no, let's push these shows out so they can watch it. Let's get this queer kids YouTube fucking blowing in on 1 million fucking views or more. I don't even know, because like I said, I don't watch that shit no more. Like I said, I used to watch it a few times and it just like really sickened me, dude.
And then you have channels like Riley Dennis. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like I said, I don't watch none of that shit no more, dude. Like I said, I did my research. I already know what's going on with these fucking channels.
So I got to be honest.
I basically they're just in it.
I haven't really looked into Gamergate very much. Like I really haven't done a whole lot of looking into what Gamergate was and what it meant. But it seems to me that this might be the reason why they attacked gamers, because you've been in a Last of Us lobby, like I've been in even in Tomb Raider lobbies, and you don't get political correctness in there. You don't. They don't give a fuck about your feelings.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like I said, I never talk in the lobby no more unless I really want to. And yeah, dude. I'm telling you, these kids they can't be more than fucking like 12, 13. Like I said, I could tell when there's an adult in there, like, 20s, whatever. But I know when there's fucking minors in there and they're just like, the shit they say, man, that come out of their mouth. I just like always say, I'm like, where is the parents? Who the fuck raised these kids? Who the hell are teaching them these words? Like what? Like you were saying, I remember you said one kid was like telling that girl that he wanted to fuck her or whatever you said.
Yeah, and he was only like 9, and it's like, dude, do you even know?
There you go. There you go. Exactly, dude. It's like, where are these kids fucking watching or doing, or who's telling them? It just makes you wonder, man. I'm telling you, like I said, when you're a parent, it all changes, man. It all changes. You just focus on them. That you don't want them to be fucking exposed to shit like this. That like I said, that's the reason why I'm like very, irate, whatever you want.
So I'm sure you're worried about. I'm worried about the future because of, well, for one, I don't want to live in a dictatorship society, but for you, you're worried about the future for your kids.
Exactly, dude, and their kids. I'm kind of like at the point where it's like, hey, whether I see some kind of a change in my time or not, at least I want to make sure they are aware of stuff, of what's going on around this fucking world
before you leave.
To the point where, hey, yeah, it's like you guys need to, use that discernment, just research stuff. Don't believe everything the fucking news are telling you. You gotta come to those conclusions like that. But that's crazy, dude. Yeah, I'm telling you, the transgender shit. Oh my god, it's very. Well, it's scary, dude. It's scary.
To me, all that social justice stuff is just crazy. Like the fourth wave intersectional feminists, the non-binary movement, the Black Lives Matter, Antifa joins it, and then you have the white nationalists.
Exactly, dude. Because that's the thing now. This Antifa and the fucking white nationalists. That's the shit right now, dude. Because the major players, like I said, I'm not being racist or not, but it's they want that black and white shit, and don't forget that's how back, like I said, it all repeats, with the Black Panthers, all that shit back in the 60s or whatever the fuck that was. It's all like a big fucking circle, all returning back again.
Well,
it's like,
my mother, she read Malcolm X's book. And she said that Malcolm X wasn't even a separatist. Like, he wasn't for the separation of
exact, dude.
The ethnic
Malcolm
groups.
X. Yeah, I read that. That's the autobiography of Malcolm X, dude. Fucking yeah, dude. Look at it. Like I said, the animosity between the race itself. Basically, they're the ones that killed him, dude. And then it was over. Like I said, it all came down to fucking just money shit.
But even Malcolm X
sad
was
to
pretty
say,
much
but
like, people are people, get over it.
Right, exactly. The dude was like, hey, he did, of course, yeah, he started off like that. He was like, hey, whatever, white people, whatever. But then he, like I said, he evolved. He fucking started thinking. He went on that pilgrimage. He's like, oh, well, I got Muslims here that are white. We're over here, sharing each other's food. He's drinking it out of each other's cup. What's up with that? So then obviously he changed his way of thinking about that. And then, yeah, that's when, Farrakhan, whoever that dude was, and all his little minions, they're like, oh, well, now he's starting to question our authority, blah, blah, blah. And there you go, shot his ass down. It's crazy shit.
So
crazy shit.
You read his autobiography as well, then?
Yes. Yeah. Very good. I read that let's see. It wasn't in school. I think it was after, like maybe 93, where I actually took time to read it. Like I said, I wish that, back then I read more. Not saying I didn't, but like Huckleberry Finn, fucking Tom Sawyer. I like those classic ones.
Well, because
Malcolm
of
X,
all this racial disparity stuff that's been pretty much made up. I mean, it's not real, but that people think it's real. It's
Exactly.
almost like they're trying to censor things like Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer, and that sucks because
Exactly.
like Mark Twain was an
Exactly.
abolitionist.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. See, that's good that you're saying that because that, obviously you see it. You see how it's kind of like going,
Well,
and
yeah.
that's it. Not to like I said, I'm not Bible thumping, but pretty soon, like I said, well, actually, it is now. The basically the Bible is like being, fucking like, hey, that's like the worst thing you want to read. They tell people, like I said, if you actually read, like I said, I'm not Bible thumping, but there's a lot of stuff in there that's like right now what's going on. Everything's like there, dude. Which, like I said, it amazed myself, to the point where I'm like, hey, if they got some reason to hide it, if they're always like, mocking and quoting shit out of it, but yet, trying to hide it, obviously there's got to be something there. If it's pointing to that book, it's like, hey, what's going on with that?
But you know my views on religion.
What's that?
You know my views on religion. I've read the Bible and I was like,
Yeah, like I said, dude, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff there that they quote, and then they're always like trying to be like, oh well, no, it's not this or not that. But
I mean, I can tell you some of my
you
favorite
know,
things, and like I could tell you some of my favorite things in the Bible. I like I think it was in the New Testament where this was said, but it goes catch a man a fish and he will eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he will
oh
eat for
yeah,
life.
right,
I like it when
yes, yes,
When
yes.
Jesus said, let he amongst you without sin be the one to cast the first stone.
Cast the first stone. Yep, yep.
I like those types of
Like I said,
messages. Like the
it's good, good quotes. But like I said, if you really like with this eclipse, dude, Revelation speaks about signs, but then, like I said, it seems like they were hiding it, like they were hiding something with the moon. With the chem stuff that they blocked it off. And obviously, you have to purchase their sunglasses, whatever they want to fucking call them. So they're basically, those things could be, rigged to watch whatever it is they want you to see. So I don't know, it's very, you gotta like just question it, unless it's like a factual kind of thing that you can prove. I would just have a little doubt to the point where I'm like, hey, let me myself go and do my little take on it and see what I find.
well,
You know,
I'll send you the link to Thunderfoot's recording of it.
yeah, my man. Sounds good, dude. It's starting to get a little rainy out here, so I'm gonna start heading back myself.
I'm gonna have to
But
head off of here.
definitely good chat.
Yeah, I like a lot of
Definitely good chat, my
the
man.
topics that you brought up with the non-binary stuff. You brought up things I even forgot were going on, like the camps, like I forget what they call them, but yeah, they've got like these little daycare centers for like
Yeah, dude. Yep.
I forgot about
Well,
those.
at first, I believe it was just the after school singing program, whatever the fuck in Boston. Like it's head off in Boston. That was like the first thing that I remember hearing for kids. See, that's another thing. It's like, they're over there trying to make an after school about fucking Satan and shit. It's like, what the hell? And that's in Boston. They got an actual museum. I wanted to go. I probably want to go up there. If they let me like film in there, I'm probably going to do that. But yeah, and then all of a sudden this camp, and then California, I believe it was, and that's yeah, dude, that's not good, not good.
No.
All right, my man.
All right. It was a good chat.
So definitely, yes, sir. You take care, my man. All right,
You
and
too.
yeah, stay in touch. Definitely.
I will.
All right, my man.
Peace out. I wanted to thank everybody for watching. Thank you to Rick for having these chat sessions with me. I always think it's fun to do. I don't know why the camera is zooming in, zooming out, zooming in. I need to check the features on that, why it keeps doing that. But I wanted to say that I will leave just a link in the description below for Rick's channel. He does video games, mostly for The Last of Us. He's very, very challenging if you ever play The Last of Us and you go up against him, trust me. And second of all, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell button on any channel you're subscribed to so you don't get unsubscribed. Support your YouTubers, support the concept of free individual thought and a place of competing ideas. And I will also put a link to Tree of Logic's video where she talked about how to stop Antifa. And I'll try and include a link to the Stop Antifa White House petition that's been going around. Sorry, I was still like congested, but I'll try and leave those links in the description below. And thanks again for watching, everybody. I'll try and get started on the videos on things that I think will I'm saying a lot. I'm telling you, I have been sick. But I'll try and get started on these videos on what I think would be good ideas to stop these radical, really radicalized groups on spreading ideas like communism and dictatorship and this political correctness, social justice crap that's really just restricting people's independent liberties and freedoms. And I'm saying that even as a liberal. And I think if you step outside the chamber of mainstream media, you'll see that that's the case. Is that most people who defend Western civilization, they don't want to live in a dictatorship. They don't want to. It's nice having freedoms. It really is. You don't always have to agree with people that voice their opinion, but you have to understand that if you take freedoms away from one group of people, you're ultimately setting yourself up to have freedoms taken away from yourself. But with that, I'm out. I'll try and get started on those videos. Like I said, I've been sick. Thanks again to Rick, and thanks again to everyone watching and to all my subscribers. I really do appreciate it. Even the crazy RN lady that I had a dialogue with, which I've been thinking about making a video specially for her, but that's for another video.